Hi, and welcome here to Marriage 911. I'm Joe Williams. This is my wife, Michelle Williams, and we want to take the next few weeks and help you get the most out of your 911 workbooks. It's based on our reconciliation, separation reconciliation over a period of about 2 years. And a little while ago, we had a Yes, Your Marriage Can Be Saved book that was published by Focus on the Family, and that adds a little bit more. So we'll help you go through that and really get the best that you can get out of this class.
You know, some of you, if you've been reading the Yes, Your Marriage Can Be Saved book, you might realize that we have been married. I mean, we were separated for 2 years, from 1987 to 1989. Now, we have been married for 26 years right now, so we did figure it out. But we really want to encourage you that while you're going through Marriage 911 and going through your workbook lessons, please do try to read and follow along with the Yes, Your Marriage Can Be Saved.
You know, we have been teaching for the past couple of years now, a couple classes a year at our local church here that we go to here in Modesto. And as we do this, we have a couple questions that always come up in the beginning. If you can get these 3 items, and we'll let you discuss one of them after I'm done here, but at the end of these few weeks that you're going to go through, if you can just get this point, that the natural direction of marriage is to separate. That's point number 1. Point number 2, God cares more about your reconciliation with His Son, Jesus Christ, than He does about you and your spouse. Now, that's a hard one to get, okay? The third one is the purpose for marriage. And we want you to discuss, what do you think at your tables with your support person at your table, what do you think the purpose of marriage is?
We're going to give you a couple minutes right now to discuss that at your tables. Or if you're watching this video and going through the workbook alone or with a support partner, you can either reflect on this or talk with your support partner about it. So just take a couple minutes right now.
Now let's talk about this purpose for marriage that God has. Some of you might have been thinking or said, that it's, to have raised Christian children or to have a great, be happy. Yeah, a lot of people are probably saying that. To have a happy Christian home, to do all, but those are really just goals. God created marriage, and He made marriage for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to give Himself glory. Mm-hmm. He glorifies Himself through this marriage between a man and a woman, and He loves marriage, as it says in Malachi 2:16. He hates divorce, but in Malachi 2:11, He loves the institution of marriage. And so that's the purpose of marriage. So if you remember those 3 items and the main purpose that God, why He created marriage was to give Himself glory. This is the reason why, one of the reasons why we have, when you walk into the classroom, that the men sit with the men and women sit with the women, because we want to help you focus on that purpose.
And speaking of coming to class, you know what? If you don't have time to do your homework, like last week, your table leader probably asked you to at least get week 1 lesson done. And you're going to talk about that in your discussion group in a few minutes. But, even if you didn't get your homework done, we're just glad you're here, and keep coming every week. Because like in the introduction last week, when Patty said, at the end of the class, God wants to show you something, so please don't miss. We want to go over a couple of the tools that you're going to be discussing in just a few minutes in your group. And the first was the 3-month crisis plan. And that is to read a chapter of Proverbs a day. We really hope you're doing that. And it's really a good idea too. Like I always write in my Bible, just kind of write on the side of whatever the Lord shows you in those Proverbs.
Yeah. And that's probably one of the main tools that when I talk with the guys that have helped them the most is taking a proverb let's say today's the 5th. Well, you read Proverbs, the whole chapter of Proverbs 5, and you do that. And if you miss a few days, it's okay. Then you just take it up again with a day that you're on, that you remember to do that. And it's such a big help, and they've grown tremendously, and they learn to be man of God that way.
And then the second tool that you're going to learn this week and you're going to discuss in a few minutes is the self-nurture list. This, we've seen marriages just revolutionize with this. We really have, huh?
Right, yeah.
Just make a list of the 10 to 15 things that you enjoy doing alone that are not immoral, illegal, or expensive. And one of the things it does is it's going to help you to be not so needy. And neediness and overdependence is really not
And
attractive
you'll
at all
find,
in
I'm
marriage.
kind of laughing here because you'll find that this will stretch you. Because I know guys sometimes they've lost themselves in who their spouse is, or the wife lost themselves in who the husband was over a period of time. And we go back to that point. Who were you? What did you like in your spouse, or what did your spouse like in you when you first got married? And it was because you were nurturing yourself, and there was an attraction there. And over the years, you might have lost that attraction. So this basically helps you get back to a good thing. It's not going to be immoral, expensive, illegal, there's some people that can list maybe 5 things, or some people might list 20 things. But one of my things is like waxing my car, riding a bicycle, doing those things. Doing my lawn helps me to get, back and feel good about myself.
And unless some of you are sitting there right now thinking, my spouse, that's all my spouse does is think about him or herself. Next week, we're going to talk about balance. So stay tuned. Do your homework this week. Pray. Get in your chapter of Proverbs. Make yourself nurture list. We'll talk about balance next week when you come back. God bless you.
Yeah,
guys.
and remember, we're praying for you.
We are.